Hey gang, Steve Angeline here. I wanted to do another short training video for you. Today I wanted to focus on how do I separate myself from all the other thousands of agents out there. So you might have heard the story before. I'm in Northern Virginia, right outside of Washington, D.C. It's not a very big area, but there's a lot of people here. It encompasses probably about 75 miles. In that 75 miles, the Northern Virginia Realtor Association has over 30,000 agents. My brokerage alone, which covers Southern Maryland, Washington, D.C., and half of Virginia, which is still not that big of an area, we have over 6,000 agents ourselves right now. So how do I separate myself from the herd? And one of the things that I do, and really this separates me, is when I get a listing, I go all out, and it's part of my sales presentation. Okay, you can call it a listing presentation. I like to also refer to it as a sales presentation. I am trying to get that sale, to sell that property. One of the things that I do, and I include in my package, that I offer every listing. Yes, if it's a small condo or something like that, no, I don't go full blown like this. But in most of my listings, I do. And that is, I include a 3D interactive video, also known as a Matterport. I make a video of the property. I do the photos of the property, which are also used on the brochure that I print, 4-page brochure for the open houses, and also include in there the floor plan for the house that they don't have it. So I include these all in my sales listing presentation to the potential seller. It really helps for me to stand out. It's all quality stuff. It costs me about $650 per listing. You might be able to get it cheaper in your area. It might be a little bit more expensive in your area, but negotiate with the people. I've used them over and over and over again, and they've given me a great deal. So what does this all look like? First, and this, by the way, is the email that I will send out. David happens to be the seller of this property. And I say, hey, David, here's the media presentation for your property. It impresses them. I also keep this email. Anybody that comes to the open house or anybody that has expressed interest in the property, agent or even buyers that are unrepresented, email's all set up. All I do is send it off to them, cut and paste, and say, hey, so-and-so, here's the media presentation for the home. If I can be helpful, let me know. So the first thing is the photos. These happen to be the low resolution photos. I also do the high resolution photos get those at no additional charge from the photographer. And this creates just a beautiful presentation of the home. You'll notice these are all drone photos. I pay about $75 extra to get the drone photos also for this, for all my listings. Again, small condo, no, I'm not going to go crazy like this. I do a one-sheeter brochure instead of a full-blown brochure. But these are all the photos that we do for the house, this does a, great job with this, goes all through the house and everything like that. So that's the photos that I do. I will also do a video for the house. What I have found with Matterport is the older crowd, okay, my age, all right, doesn't like to do the Matterport for the house because they get lost in it, okay? I get lost in it myself. So what I do in that particular case, I also do a video on there. Mute this. Nope, can't do that. Mute this, but it also plays the music and it shows the house, and it's just a great walkthrough of the house. So that goes through the whole house. That's a great touch with that on there. And then I do the Matterport. I call it, I don't call it a Matterport online. Some people don't know what that means. I call it a 3D interactive video or presentation of the house. And it really goes a long way. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this. If you don't know what a 3D Matterport is, you need to get on the stick and get after it and figure that out. But it's a great way to for a buyer to go through the house and whatnot, and go to any floor that you want to go to at any time with that. So those are the three things that I do video wise, photography wise, so drone along that lines. I also give them a complete with the Matterport, they give you the floor plan. Pay a little bit extra for that, but this automatically generates the floor plan like that, all the floors together. I take this particular document that shows all three levels of the house together. I print this out and I bring it to the open house with me. Last but not least, what I do, and again, for sales presentation, listing presentation, and my listings, is that we will do a brochure. Oop, I'll get rid of all these. We do a brochure of the house. And this is not very complicated. It's not very expensive. I'm very fortunate that my broker only charges me 75 cents for these. And it's a four pager with all the different pictures of the house I can put on there. If you notice, I keep this very simple. It's a template that I set up. I keep the same template for all my listings, even the ones in my development where I've sold 14. I just put the highlights down there. So it makes it easy. You should think about doing this. Get a local printer out there or an online printer. I can't imagine that these will cost you more than 30, 40 bucks if you have to pay the full amount for these. It's a great touch. It's something that I include with there. So again, how do I separate myself from the herd? Is that I give them more things to be able to sell their house. And went over there. So we've got the photography, we got the drone, we've got the video going through the house, the interactive Matterport, along with the floor plan and the brochure in there. So makes for a great touch, really separates me. If you got any questions, email me, steveangeline@verizon.net. After the video comes up, all my different ways to contact me. Also, too, don't forget my school platform. Don't forget my school platform, www.getlistings.org. A lot of courses on there. I keep them very reasonable. Hope it helped. See you on the next video. Get out there and sell. Thank you.